dear First Vice President Verheyen, chère Madame la Maire du Strasbourg, dear Chair of the Cultural Committee, Lena Riel, Honorable Vice Presidents, members of the Bureau, members of this House, dear partners, dear stakeholders, dear colleagues. As Director for Campaigns in DG Communication, it is my great honor to welcome you today in the European Parliament to unveil the 5 films selected to compete in the 2025 edition of the LUX Audience Award, the European Parliament's flagship project celebrating European film. Allow me to start with one short housekeeping note. There is interpretation in English, German, and French available. First of all, thanks to our colleagues from DG Interpretation for providing this service to us, and our colleagues here on the side at the back can provide you with headphones if and when needed. So, the LUX Audience Award celebrates European artistic creativity in European cinema, and its indeed invaluable contribution to European values. The films that you're about to discover today and over the next weeks and months tell inspiring, emotional stories of love, of courage, of resistance, of remembrance, of human rights. And these films encourage critical thinking. They foster a resilient spirit in those who watch them. They deploy the arguments of European values, and in doing so, they are indeed a powerful tool to defend our democracy. The LUX Audience Award as such is a success story. It's the biggest audience award and the only film award in the world where the winner is chosen both by the citizens and by the members of an elected parliament together. In the last edition, Parliament had organized more than 700 screenings of the last 5 films in all the member states. We welcomed more than 70,000 spectators, viewers to these screenings. And the presence of both members of this House and the filmmakers, the teams from these films at these screenings, many of these screenings, made the LUX Audience Award a very powerful communication tool because it allowed debate on key societal challenges and European policies. So therefore I'm very confident that also this year's edition will yet be another success story for the award, bringing new audiences, rallying many MEPs, many members of this House to the cause of promoting values and intercultural dialogue. Now, please allow me to ask our first Vice President to the stage, Sabine Verheyen, in charge of the communication policy of this House, and specifically on her express request, the LUX Audience Award. Please.
Madam Mayor, dear directors, dear colleagues and distinguished guests, it is an honor and an incredible pleasure to launch the new edition of the LUX Audience Award here in Strasbourg. I have been following the development of the LUX Audience Award ever since its inception. The existence of a film award at the heart of the European Parliament is indeed proof that when political will is present, the European Parliament can reach the hearts and minds of European citizens through powerful cultural projects. The award is named after the Latin word lux, meaning light. And for sure, these movies enlight us. The nominated films raise the awareness about current social and political issues and engage audiences in debates about Europe in a thought-provoking way and reflect the beauty and the diversity of European cinema. Cinema, through the vision of directors and scriptwriters like those present here today, has the power to reflect critical aspects of reality, expose societal injustices, and portray hope for a more inclusive world. By telling stories that evoke emotion and spark debate, cinema becomes a powerful tool for building change and shaping a better future. As many of you know, I have chaired the Cult Committee for the last 5 years, and I can therefore confirm the key importance of having this project on our side. The LUX Award has provided us, members and the European Parliament, members of the European Parliament, with a unique opportunity to connect with our citizens in a different way, addressing the issues that touch their daily lives, told in European stories. This is even more important at a time when we are facing increasing populism and a lack of tolerance in our societies. Therefore, as with past editions, I plan to organize screenings again in my hometown of Aachen this year, and I hope that many of the members will do the same, because it is also an opportunity for you as colleagues to get in contact with the people in your constituencies via storytelling of filmmakers, of European stories that touch upon European issues, European values, and the challenges we are facing. To our filmmakers, I want to say how impressed I am once again with the quality of our films. The high artistic value and uncompromising approach you have taken clearly reflect your strong commitment not only to this noble form of art, but also to our shared values and democracy. And while there can only be one official winner, I believe you have already won through the recognition you have earned from our audiences. I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to you, the City of Strasbourg, and in person you, Honourable Mayor, and to our LUX Audience Award partners and stakeholders, the European Film Academy, Europa Cinemas, European Commission, the Arte, Eurimage, and many others for their unwavering support. Your contributions have been instrumental in ensuring the continuous success of the LUX Audience Award in making today possible. Thank you very much for this constant support. Finally, I want to highlight that this is the first time the LUX Audience Award is being launched in the European Parliament here in Strasbourg, and the symbolic heart of our European unity. And it's fitting that we begin this new edition in a place so closely tied to democracy and collaboration, celebrating the richness of European cinema while strengthening the bonds between our institutions and citizens, following the principle of the European Union, united in diversity. Thank you very much.
Dear Vice President, let's see. Dear Vice President, sorry, thank you very much for your words. Permettez-moi maintenant d'inviter Madame Jeanne Barsegian, la maire de Strasbourg, une ville qui est, en plus d'être le siège du Parlement européen, a été toujours à côté du prix Lux du public. Madame la maire, s'il vous plaît.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Directeur, Madame la Première Vice-Présidente, Mesdames et Messieurs, je me joins très volontiers à l'ensemble des salutations qui ont été faites et je veux vous dire ma joie de me trouver avec vous pour cette cérémonie de lancement du prix Lux ici à Strasbourg. Aujourd'hui, nous célébrons bien plus que le cinéma, nous célébrons un art qui façonne notre imaginaire collectif et enrichit notre culture européenne. Car le prix Lux du public n'est pas seulement une récompense, c'est une invitation à voyager à travers l'Europe en restant dans nos sièges, une invitation à nous connecter à travers l'émotion et l'histoire. En effet, le cinéma européen, avec sa diversité de voix et de perspectives, est un pont entre nos cultures. Il nous invite à explorer les histoires, les rêves, les défis qui nous unissent, tout en montrant aussi les nuances qui nous distinguent. Grâce à ces films, nous donnons vie aux valeurs européennes et nous mettons les enjeux d'égalité, de démocratie, d'inclusion sous les feux des projecteurs et ce sont des valeurs que nous portons ici haut et fort à Strasbourg. C'est aussi la possibilité d'offrir un dialogue et un débat sur les questions politiques sociales, sociétales, culturelles en Europe. Une autre façon de valoriser de manière très concrète le travail législatif européen. Bref, nous faisons vivre la citoyenneté européenne. Cette année, nous avons la chance de découvrir 5 films exceptionnels et j'ai le plaisir de vous inviter à participer à leur projection à Strasbourg, à commencer par la première en novembre en présence de la réalisatrice. Ce sera une occasion unique de vivre ensemble ces œuvres et de célébrer notre diversité européenne. Je souhaite, vous l'avez dit, mais saluer également les relations très dynamiques et riches entre la ville de Strasbourg et le Parlement européen, puisque le prix LUX en est un bel exemple qui témoigne de notre engagement commun pour la culture, pour l'échange, pour l'Europe. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, Madame la Maire. Now I'm turning again to the members of our House, and particularly to the Committee on Culture and Education, a key steering partner indeed, ensuring the political guidance to the LUX Audience Award. And I would like to ask the newly elected chair of the Cult Committee, Mrs. Nela Riel, for her words, please.
Thank you so much. Dear Vice President Verheyen, liebe Sabine, dear Mayor Basguin, I try to pronounce it correctly, thank you, honorable members and also dear guests. At the CULT Committee, we firmly believe that cinema is a powerful and also transformative form of art and social communication. Its impact on society is profound and inspiring change and shaping cultures. While cinema is often referred to as entertainment, its influence extends far beyond that. The 5 finalists of the LUX Audience Award exemplify this impact. These films serve as mirrors of our societies. Through them, we experience stories that resonate with our own, portraying diverse cultures, lifestyles, and issues. They foster empathy and understanding, making us feel connected and also heard. Beyond their personal connection with audiences, the film nominated for the LUX Audience Awards sharply addressed pressing social and political issues, shedding light on crucial challenges of our time, such as climate change, peace, cultural heritage, social conditions, tolerance, and even more. But these films also bring us closer together, shaping our beliefs and values while exposing audiences to different cultures. On behalf of the members of the CULT Committee of Education and Culture, that is, I want to express our strong support for the LUX Audience Award. We believe that the European Parliament, as the heart of European policymaking, is uniquely positioned to facilitate cross-border exchanges and communicate through creative expression with diverse audiences, thereby fostering democratic dialogue and also understanding. Let me also extend my gratitude to you, the filmmakers, for your fascinating and daring work. I wish you success in capturing the hearts and minds of countless audiences. Good luck with that. And finally, I would just like to remind you that as of today, the 5 selected movies will be available to all the MEPs through the dedicated VOD platform. MEPs will receive personal codes and could watch and also rate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chair, for your words, and especially, if I may say, for the encouragement to your fellow members to watch and rate the movies. This is indeed a very important half of the journey, I would say, given that the final award is split in the rating between the members' rating and the public. Now, before giving the floor to the film directors and the representatives themselves, I would like to express our gratitude, our thanks, as the First Vice President has already done, to all our partners, because this is not a project of the European Parliament alone. This is not a project the European Parliament can pull off on its own that easily. We are lucky, we are happy, we are grateful to have powerful partners at our side who help us make this LUX Audience Award the success that it is. So I would like to start by thanking the European Film Academy, whose CIO I will ask on the stage in a second. Europa Cinemas, Creative Europe, the media program, our stakeholders that we have here in town, Arte, Eurimage of the Council of Europe, the European Audiovisual Observatory, the City of Strasbourg, bien sûr, the Federation of European Screen Directors, the European Film Agencies, and the Society of Audiovisual Authors, Cineuropas, and I don't have any more here, but you can already see from the list that indeed we are not alone in making this story a success. So I would now like to give the floor to Mr. Matthijs Wouter-Knoll, the CEO of the European Film Academy, our key partner in this endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll keep it short, and I'm honored to be asked on behalf of many of the partners mentioned today to say something about this wonderful partnership that we have built up in the last years. The European Film Academy is the academy founded almost 40 years ago by the European filmmakers. We represent the filmmakers of Europe. In the meantime, 5,000 filmmakers in 50 countries, well beyond the EU. And some of them are celebrated today here as well as the nominees. I think it's important to say that the European Film Academy, and that's also part of the project of the LUX Award, is not only representing the filmmakers, we help them for them to show their work, we protect them as well in case they are attacked or they cannot speak freely, and we celebrate their work every year in the European Film Awards. But since a couple of years we're a very proud partner of the LUX Audience Award as well. And why is that such a, I would say, an increase of the work that we can do? It was just said by you as well, it is pretty unique in the world that an academy and a community of filmmakers can speak together with a parliament, with elected members of the parliament, with members of or citizens of Europe who can vote and watch the films. I don't know of any other comparable project, and I think for the filmmakers of Europe it's a unique chance to be able to bring the films to all the people living in Europe, to watch them, to think about them, to speak about them. And that's also what the LUX really makes possible, to invite people to think and speak and engage with films. So I would like to, on this spot also, and also on behalf of the other partners mentioned, thank the European Parliament for making this possible, for working with the filmmakers and for giving them this voice. And I'm looking forward to a fantastic new edition of the LUX Audience Award this year. Thank you very much.
And this brings me now actually to the raison d'etre of our being here tonight, the unveiling of these 5 films. So the time has come to invite now the film directors, the representatives of these 5 films to step forward to present the work. But before, let us get inspired by the works, visioning a short clip presenting all these 5 films, a medley that has been produced by our services here in the house that we will use widely as of today to promote the LUX Audience Award and to promote these 5 selected films. And I would say, let's roll. I hope it works.
Είδα σαν είδαμε ένα όνειρο. Είδα, λέει, ότι ήμουν πάνω στη σκηνή, στο σπίτι μου μέσα.
Папа, я тебя люблю. Возвращайся скорее домой.
Is anybody in love? I'm in love with all of you.
Thank you very much, and I would say your reaction bodes well for the next months to come. Let's start with our first film that we are having, Animal, a fantastic co-production between 5 European countries, Greece, Cyprus, Austria, Romania, Bulgaria, supported by Creative Europe and Creative Europe Media and Eurimage. The film tells a touching story of struggle, of resilience, of friendship, of hope, which also tackles some important issues like labor rights, youth, intergenerational relations. It premiered at the Locarno International Film Festival, where it immediately won the award for Best Performance. And please, a round of applause for the film director, Sofia Exarchou. May I ask you on the stage?
Good afternoon. I'm Sofia Exarchou, the screenwriter and director of the Greek film Animal, and I'm very happy and honored to be here among beautiful nominated films. I will say a few words about Animal. So Animal tells the story of a group of animators who work in an all-inclusive hotel on a Greek island. So set in this mass tourism industry, it actually tries to create an allegory about labor and about harsh working system in Greece today, but also in Europe in general. And also having, as two main protagonists, two female characters, the movie tries to focus mainly on the position of the woman inside this universe, the roles and the stereotypes, the exploitation of the female body and the sexual harassments. I believe that these topics are quite present and very important in Europe today, and I'm really happy that Animal, because of the nomination, LUX nomination, is going to travel in many European cities and it's going to reach a broader audience. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for making the film and for being with us tonight. Now for the second film, Dahomey. Unfortunately, the director of this documentary film, Mrs. Mati Diop, could not be here with us today. However, she sent us a video message to present her film, which is a co-production of France, Senegal, and Benin, which was supported by Arte and awarded the Golden Bear at the Berlinale. This film tackles the sensitive issue of the restitution of looted pieces of art back to their countries of origin, and I would like to show now this message from the film director. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Mati Diop, director of Dahomey. I wanted to share a couple of words with you before you experience the film, to say that as a French Afro-descendant filmmaker, it was pretty obvious for me to dedicate a film, a piece of art, to such a major subject, the restitution of stolen African art during colonization. In 2021, 26 artifacts from Dahomey, which was the ancient kingdom, were given back from France to Benin. And I thought it was super important to archive this moment as a historical major issue, and also to experience this subject from the perspective of a certain African youth, but also from the perspective of the artifacts themselves. So enjoy the screening. I hope this will be a special experience and journey for you. Thank you.
So then we move on to the third selected film, which is an animated movie called Flow. It's a co-production between Latvia, Belgium, and France, telling us the passionate story of a climate refugee, a cat, fighting for its way in a complex environment. And I would like to call now on the director, Mr. Gins Zilbalodis, to present his movie. His film was supported again by Arte and by Eurimage, and again presented at the Cannes Film Festival in the section Un Certain Regard. Received several awards, the Annecy International Animation Film Festival, the Audience Award for a feature film, the Best Animated Film at Guadalajara International Film Festival. Nearly didn't stumble about that word. And so an applause for Gil Zilbalodis.
Hello, I'm Gins. I'm the director of Flow. I found out that LUX Audience Award actually translates the films in all the European languages, and luckily with Flow, I think you'll be able to spend a little bit of your, you will save your budget by not translating it, because there's no language actually in the film. It's all silent. So yeah, it's actually a very personal story to me. I used to make films just by myself, including my first feature film, Away. And this was the first time for me working in a team. And just like the cat who has to learn how to work together with all these different animals, I had to do it as well. And we're very proud that this is the first Latvian film to be nominated for the LUX Award. There's a lot of Latvian identity in the film, but also we couldn't make this film just in Latvia. We had amazing partners in France and Belgium. So I think very true to the spirit of the film, which is about cooperation and trusting others. I think we could only do this film in Europe and in the way that we did. So thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the film.
I can hear there is either a strong Latvian community in that corner. Good. The next one. One of the purposes of the selection, I think, for the 5 films is to have a variety, to cover a spectrum of values, of topics, of issues. And so with the next one, we go to depiction of the cruelty of the war in Ukraine. There's a war documentary. It's called Intercepted. It's a co-production between Canada, France, and Ukraine, supported by Arte, and dealing with this cruelty of the war in Ukraine and the human drama behind them. The documentary had its world premiere during the Berlinale 2024, where it received a special mention for Amnesty International Film Award and by the ecumenical jury. The film also won other awards, including Best Direction at Buenos Aires International Film Festival or the Silver Horn at the Krakow Film Festival. I would like to ask the producer of the film, Mrs. Pauline van Trandieu, on the stage.
Hello, I'm the French producer of the film, directed by Oksana Karpovic, who unfortunately couldn't be here today. And we are all very proud and honored to be nominated to this LUX Audience Award. Our film, through intercepted phone calls, delves into the Russian mindset, the Russian propaganda, and imperialism. But it's also a film that shows through images of daily resilience of the Ukrainian civilians and images of destruction, the meaning of peace, the meaning of freedom, and also just about human basic rights. And I think those are values that the European Parliament stands for and that we're very proud to share here today, and hopefully with the biggest audience as possible. Because this film doesn't only show the courage of a director who confronted her enemies' voices for more than 2 years while making that film, but that shows also the courage of a whole country that is still fighting and resisting, and that we have to support until victory. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now, last but not least, for a Belgo-Swedish drama for film called Julie Keeps Quiet, a film that I am personally looking forward to seeing with my daughter already now, specifically after the talk that we had yesterday evening about the film and about the ideas behind it. The film tackles the very important topic of gender equality, women's rights, mental health, was supported by Creative Europe Media, premiered at Cannes Film Festival in the Cine Fondation section, focusing on emerging filmmakers, won the Cannes Foundation Award and the SACD Award given by the Société des Auteurs et Compositeurs Dramatiques. If I'm correctly informed, and I hope I am, because Google might be my friend, but you never can be too sure, Julie Keeps Quiet has also just now been nominated as the Belgian entry for the 2025 Foreign Film Oscars. Leonardo van Dijl, the stage is yours as the fifth film.
So I'm Leo, and I made a movie about silence. So I'll say something about silence. Some silence are gentle, some are loud. At times it's empowering, at times it's violent. Being immersed in Julie's silence has been an incredible journey. She has guided me in unexpected ways, helping to understand myself and the world we live in a little bit better. I know now that in one way or the other, we are all Julie, because we all carry some silence. I made this movie because I believe that a better world for Julie is ultimately a better one for all of us. So I cannot express what it means to have the support of Europe behind her, assuring that her silence will be heard. Thank you so much.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, Mesdames, Messieurs, the class of 2025 of the LUX Audience Award contenders. Now, all that's left for me to say are two things, and I already can hear you breathe of relief. First and foremost, go watch, rate these films. European Parliament is providing the subtitles in all 24 official languages of the European Union. We will be hosting free screenings in all the member states. Our members in this House will support us with organizing screenings on their own, as Vice President has already announced for herself. Don't miss out. Make your voice heard before April 2025, because at the end, the winner is indeed in your hands, of this House and of the public.